Take a disc, and that's how the aliens built the pyramids. It's all connected, people. What's up, boys? How are we? What is up, Justin Kennedy? What's good, man? What's up, Muzzo? What's good, man? How are you, Fighters Club? What's up? Lock in, Mr. C. It's time. It's time. We're live. What's up, M4 Operator? How are you, brother? Thoughts on Mick Parkin? I only thought about Mick Parkin a few times today. I was taking a shit, and I went, my God, this is a girthy meat Parkin that I'm pushing out right now. And that was about it. That's all I've really thought about Mick Parkin today. Then I was wiping, and I looked at the paper to see if it was clean, and I went, oh my goodness, there is still some Mick Parkin on the toilet paper, and then I continued wiping. So that's really me and Mick Parkin's day today. How are you, Cheddarhead? You absolute OG goat of a thing. How are you, Cheddarhead? Good to see you, man. We are still waiting on a Martin Budiatrix. Should we do a fight of Matrix today for UFC 325? What do we reckon? I was finishing and I got your notification about 2 seconds into the nut. Well, hopefully you wiped off before you came here, Jack Barsky. How are you, Super Gamer? How do you feel about your favorite fighter, Patchy Mix, getting cut and now fighting on Ryzen? I think it is bloody hilarious. I remember all the Patchy Mix glaze, the hardcore MMA fans, the people who thought that being in Bellator, watching Bellator made you a hardcore MMA fan. I remember all the glaze they were giving Patchy Mix, and it looks like it's been completely wasted, and what an entire waste of time that was for them. The hipsters of the MMA world are in tears. They're in absolute tears. Jack Basksy asks, is anyone else taking a poo right now? You know what, Jack? I would say out of the 13 people in here, there's a good chance that there is another person taking a poo right now. I'm not Batman! What's up, Install Driver? How are you, man? What's up, Bilal? Good to see you, dude. 10-second delay lag. As soon as Dougie starts, that's how we know. We are so back. You know we're back when there's a delay. You know when we are back. You know who is Batman? Armin. Both billionaires who were raised on the martial arts from a young age. Why have we not been fans of Armin before? Why has it taken us so long to become fans of Mr. Topturo Armin's... what? Why has it taken us so long to become fans of Armin? He doesn't give a shit, and he does this just for the love of the savagery. He's got enough money. It's great stuff. Slob on my knob, you corn cob. No thank you, Fighters Club. I'd rather not, to be honest. I'm honestly gooning, and I'm not even joking. Jack, that's disgusting. I don't need to know. Has Dougie ever addressed that we all just pretend his stream forces us to be 10 seconds behind? I just ignore it. I can't do anything about it, Muzzo, so you're all 10 seconds behind, then it is what it is. Do a Bedoitrix now! No! Jack, how crude, how crude. He got cut already. Patchy Mix got cut already. They didn't even bother announcing it. He just got sent straight to Ryzen. At least he will have success in Ryzen, Cheddarhead. Every single one of us, I don't know what is going on. Remember, we all wanted Patchy Mix to kill Mario Batista, but, becoming a punching bag. I do remember that. A truly, truly embarrassing run in the UFC is old Patchy Mix. Poo is gay, but shit is masculine. That's so true, Johnny. Taking a shit is masculine. Having a poo is kind of feminine. I agree, Johnny. You're correct, mate. Because he was still a posh boy. He's still a posh boy lad. I don't know if he is still a posh boy lad. I think he's actually a bit hardcore, to be fair, M4 operator. I'm so glad I have a bum gun instead of relying on toilet paper to wipe off my Mick Parkin. Oh, you've got a bidet. You're European, are you, Mr. C? There you go. Well, maybe in Vietnam. They're all about the bum guns. What's up, BTard04? I've never seen you on my stream before, as well as you, some do, Troy. Welcome, guys. I've never seen you guys before. My name is Dougie. I make MMA content every single day of the week, and I go live like this, and we do all sorts of fun stuff on the live stream, guys, and I try and read everyone's chats. On today's fun thing that we're going to be doing on the stream, we're going to be returning to what I call the wasteland of the quitters, and adding more and more people to the wasteland of the quitters. I think we might put a new background into Gronk and see if we can come up with a new fun background. But that's the plan for today, and we might do a fighter matrix as well, which is the most coveted and fun MMA content ever thought of on MMA YouTube. So it's going to be a hell of a stream today, boys. A hell of a stream. Patchy must have had a fat contract. UFC was right to cut him. He's a Bellator fraud. I agree, B-Tard. I completely agree. I bet they paid him a shit ton of money to come over to the UFC from PFL and he's absolutely not worth it. So get the fuck out of here and go to Ryzen. We need to use Mix to revive Cody's career before cutting him. Unfortunately, it's too late. It's too late, some Deuteroy. It is too late. He's gone now. He's at Ryzen, and at least we'll see him get his head kicked in by a bunch of Asians. You're a gooner? That's disgusting, Jack. Don't be a gooner. Go to the gym and lift things instead. Armin took like a year break, didn't get a fight, and just thought he was entitled to a title shot. That's why we all hated him. But he didn't take a year break. He was injured and couldn't make the weight, and then he rocked up as the backup fighter in July, and then took another fight in October. What year break did he take? How are you, Paul? Good to see you, man. Why does it feel so good? Because your guts are full of literal shit, and you're getting it out of your body. Patchy won't win a fight in Ryzen. People in his gym say he's a stoner and he doesn't train hard anymore. He thought he made it to the top just by getting into the UFC. What an idiot. Having a crap is for real. That is true. Taking a shit is for men, but having a crap, that's how Chads live. Jack Barlow, you need to take a nap and sleep, whatever you got. Yeah, this is true. Jack Barsky is getting well out of hand. You made me put the MMA Guru new video on hold for now. Well, thank you, Super Gamer. That's very high praise. You're listening to me rather than the MMA Guru. Thank you very much, man. You better not fucking do what I think you're about to do. It's time for a fighter matrix chat. It's time for a Diego Lopes fighter matrix chat. Derek Lewis has to be banished to the wasteland. Oh my god, Derek Lewis absolutely has to go to the fucking wasteland. Absolutely. Diego Lopes for the win. No, Alexander Volkanovski is going to piece up Diego Lopes easily. Dougie, I'm sorry to tell you that Volk took a lot of damage and has not fought for a whole year. Diego will KO him. No. Volk is going to be too bloody quick for you. Volk is going to be dancing around the outside, jabbing him up. Too bloody quick for you, mate. Nah, don't even worry about it, brother. Volk is easily going to handle this. We got to make sure Nacho's here for the fighter matrix. We all know he loves a fight. He does love a fighter matrix. So maybe we'll start the fighter matrix when Nacho gets here. Gene Silver is a cancer to society. No, the people Gene Silver worships is a cancer to society, Fighters Club. Would you rather stand in the bread lines of Soviet Russia or the Centrelink lines of 2020's Australia? I'd rather stand in the bread lines of Soviet Russia because at least I know in future things are going to get better and soon we'll have the Russian Federation, and if I just hang around long enough, Russia will rise again. I really don't think there is going to be an Australia in 100 years. Probably just be another state of India at this point. Ariel had an interview of the year with Josh Hokett yesterday. He did. Josh Hokett is fucking hilarious. I love him. Wanderlei, the UFC press conference is to Wadley. What the hell? The UFC press conference is tonight. I know, Cheddarhead, it's annoying with the time zones, isn't it? But yes, they are doing it at night in Australia. How are you, Shotgun? Good to see you, man. Rest in peace to Patchy Mix. I know, it's over. What a career he had. 2 fights and get the fuck out of here. Beneil Dariush, Derek Lewis, what an awful performance. Beneil Dariush and Derek Lewis were awful performance. Oh, they do need to go in the wasteland of the quitters, that is for sure. Arman is now an honorary Serbian. You know, when you really look at Arman Sarukian's lineage, it's actually Serbian. When you look back to his family bloodline, Arman is actually a Serbian name and a Serbian man. Welcome to being Serbian, Arman the Sarukian. Patchy might be the biggest flop in UFC history. Maybe. You know, like, no one expected CM Punk to be anything good. But people really did expect Patchy Mix to be in the top 5, all the Bellator hardcores, all the people who were, you know, the hipsters of the MMA community, they were acting like he was an uncrowned UFC champion. Yeah, he really is a failure as Patchy Mix, maybe the biggest in history. It's Cheddhead's stupid kangaroo timing. I know, it's stupid kangaroo timing for the late night presser tonight. I know, it's annoying to me. How are you, MMA Master? Good to see you, man. He was injured, that's why he was spinning circles for Nina Drummer. Fucking posh boy everything, lad. Posh boy. Drop everything, lads. Dougie Scorder is live. What's up, Portuguese Herzog? How are you, brother? You know you're in the new opening. You were in today's opening, Portuguese Herzog. Well done. Welcome to the opening, mate. How is it already Thursday? It doesn't make any sense. I know, Chatterhead. This week has fucking flown past. Tomorrow we need to do the picks, guys. And I'm thinking tomorrow we do a metered stream. I'm thinking we do a metered stream tomorrow, guys. So tomorrow I'll be live at about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Australian time. I'll turn the meter on after the first hour and a half. We'll do a long, deep, girthy stream for as long as you guys want to do a long, deep, girthy stream for. Are we seriously going to do a fighter matrix? We might do a fighter matrix today. We'll see how the chat takes us. We'll see which mood we're in, Daniel. I can't wait to see what picks you make tomorrow. Don't let anyone sway you with the logic from your bias. I will not, Muzzo, although I'll let you in on a few little things. We will not be picking Tai Tuivasa, and we will not be picking Tougher. Not going to be fucking happening. Alex5045's Diego. Exactly right, UFC Master. Exactly right. Bruce Wayne knows what's up. Him and I can see the future, and unfortunately, Diego Lopes will KO Volk. No, he won't. Diego Lopes won't even get close to him. Volk is too quick for him. Bloody too quick for him. Only foreigners take craps. That is true. That is true. Real people shit on their own floor. If you are taking a crap, you're a foreigner. If you're a man and you own the house, you shit on your kitchen floor whenever you feel like it. It's your house. You pay the bills in this motherfucking bitch. You pay them on time. I'll shit wherever the fuck I want in this house. I'm actually cutting Patchy Mix right now. Then I'll smoke it. Nice one, Portuguese. I see what you're doing there. A little bit of blazing up. I like that. Thoughts on Billy Adekana versus Tougher? I have a parlay that includes that fight. I think Tougher's going to get the shit fucked up. I think Tougher's going to fucking lose. Terribly. Tougher has got no MMA skill at all. He might be one of the worst skilled MMA fighters of all time, and we just saw Paddy Pimblett fight. Patchy Mix had a worse fall than Australia. Patchy Mix does have a worse fall off than Australia, which is hard to do. British people take poops, true. The white earbud makes you look fruity. I mean, it's just a white earbud, mate. I don't know what you expect, you know? It's just a white earbud, brother. In recent history, Patchy Mix would be one of the biggest no-shows. There has been a few from way back, though. I mean, you would have to say in the modern era, right? Like, ever since UFC 100 up until today, who has come in with so much hype and failed so miserably? I mean, it would probably be Patchy Mix and then Crow Cop in the UFC, and that's really about it. Dude, what does your mum think about seemingly being purposely allowed to be replaced? Oh, you have no idea what my mum thinks. Well, if you think Nick Fuentes goes too far, you haven't met my mother. There's a reason why when I invite my family to come round on the stream, I tell my mum to stay at home. My mum is insane. And she's been that way since I was a child. And I remember thinking that she was just a crazy woman. But now that I go back and listen to everything that she's told me in my life, my mum was 100% vindicated. She knows exactly about the Bolsheviks in Eastern Europe. There's a reason she fled to Australia, which had very different laws for immigration back in the day when she fled to Australia. And she's very not happy about the situation. Very not happy about the situation at all. Doug, fart in the wind, we call him, yeah. Fart in the wind, you scorner of a thing. I'm not a fan of consecutive pay-per-views. Give me one fight night in between them at least. Tell me about it, Mr. C, especially when you have to pay for the pay-per-views in Australia. Tell me about it. What's up, Noob Cake? Good to see you. Tell your mum to start a channel. She would actually be thrown in prison, Cheddarhead. She would literally be thrown in prison. Patchy, Patchy was on Embedded calling UFC guys bums and saying he wasn't looking past Batista. He was looking through him. Yeah, Patchy really Really came in with a lot of, like, my shit does not stink. And 2 fights later, he's been thrown on his ass over to Ryzen. What an insane fall-off for Patchy Mixed. I picked Tougher. I might have to change. You should not be picking Justin Tougher. You absolutely should not be picking Tougher. Dougie, who is your favorite fighter of all time? Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier is easily my favorite fighter of all time. Yeah, Dustin Poirier, Tony Ferguson, Donald Cerrone, Michael Bisping. These are my old school loves of the sport, and I'll never forget them. I shit with the door open. I too shit with the door open, Cheddarhead. Never seen an embedded age as badly as Patchy Mixes, where he said he was going to destroy everyone in the top 5. He couldn't even get a win. Now he's over at fucking Ryzen. Eat a dick, Patchy Mix. How are you, Mitch? Good to see you, man. I'm doing well, brother. How are you, man? We're all smoking that Patchy Mix pack. I mean, shout out to Fight Nights with Frankie. I know some of you guys listen to Frankie. I'm a big fan of Frankie, but he was a big Patchy Mix glazer. He was a massive Patchy Mix glazer. A lot of hipsters were. A lot of UFC hipsters were, and well, this is what happens to them. Bigger flop, Crow Cop or Hector Lombard? We'll need Shotgun to answer that one. I would say Crow Cop. Me versus everyone picking Tuivasa then, back against the ropes. Muzzo, how can you pick Tuivasa? He hasn't won a fight in 5 years. He is clearly only fighting because Australian regulatory laws has made opening his own brewery a near impossibility, and they're all losing money, and he's coming back to dig himself out of a hole. Obviously, Tougher is going to lose, Muzzo. I would say since 200, not 100, is the modern era from 200 onwards. Yeah, fair enough. Patchy Mix sounds like an STD. It does sound like something my brother would catch overseas, doesn't it? Your mum sounds based. My mother is beyond based. Literally beyond based. Tuivasa getting Ezekiel choked by Volkov feels like a fever dream. It does, doesn't fucking hell. Oh my god. What do we have to do to get Mummy Dougie on the stream? Nothing. The channel would get taken down and we would get thrown in prison. UFC completely botched Crow Cop's career, making him fight 2 times before the title fight. I know, Shotgun. I know. I'm aware. Tell Mum to start a channel. We won't be doing that. Tatiana Suarez ruined Patchy Mix, as women often do. They ruin a perfectly good thing. I picked Tougher as well. At least if my percentage does go down, it'll be an honorable defeat. I back the boys no matter how shit they are. This is why no one will remember your name, Muzzo. Biased is what's going to keep you out of the top 10. I cannot allow my bias to ruin my top 10 percentage. You got to have your mum on a stream once. Doug's mum is more based than Dougie himself. It is true, M4 operator, and I physically cannot do it without risking being thrown in prison. They're chasing a man down in the streets of Australia for calling somebody a poofter. You have no idea under the thumb in which I live. Please like the stream. If you cannot donate to the channel, I need to immigrate to Southeast Asia where I can be free. Please save my life, chat. You guys think I am doing this live stream for you. You're doing it for me. Please like the stream if you cannot donate. I appreciate all of you. Patchy being the biggest flop since UFC 200. There are some others, but I can't remember the names right now. I would say the only other big flop compared to Patchy Mix since UFC 200 would be that big black guy that came over from the NFL that used to beat his wife. The God of War. He was fucking useless. Then you would have to say Sage Northcutt. He got a big rub. People thought Sage Northcutt was going to be a thing. He's a huge flop. Kevin Lee, another massive flop. People thought he was going to be a huge thing. He was a massive flop. So yeah, there's been a few since UFC 200. Thank you for the $1, Muzzo. You're a legend, man. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the $1. Thank you for just tipping $1 through the super chats. I appreciate you, Muzzo. Dougie, do you want to hear my prediction for Alexander Volkanovski versus Lopes? Of course I do, Noob Cake. That's why we do the live stream, so we can all share ourselves with our experiences. Please let me know. We had to start for 6 weeks with no UFC, so at least we deserve 2 pay-per-views back-to-back. But this isn't really a pay-per-view, is it? It's more like a fight. Actually, no, this is pay-per-view worthy. This is pay-per-view worthy. I was being too mean. Thank you, Muzzo, for the $1, man. I really appreciate it. Like the stream, guys. If you can't afford to donate, that's all good. Tomorrow is going to be a metered stream, but at least like the stream, guys, please. Other flops, Jake Shields, Alistair Overeem, Vanderlei Silva. I wouldn't say Alistair Overeem was a flop. He just didn't win a title. So yeah, I wouldn't say Alistair Overeem was a flop. Dougie's mum starts a joint podcast with Tim Dinham. Now, they would actually go off. They would have a great time. This weekend is the first time I'm paying for a pay-per-view. I cannot have the stream lag on me. I tried to pay for the pay-per-view last week, Muzzo, and it was literally impossible to buy on fucking KO. So I might try and buy the pay-per-view tonight to get in early, but shit, man. Can a brother live? Can a man just buy the fucking pay-per-view? Based Poirier Glaze. He is our favorite fighter. He is our favorite fighter. Who was your favorite female fighter of all time? Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Oh my god, she can fight for my heart. Ben Askren was bad, especially because they traded DJ. Yeah, Ben Askren was a flop, that is true. I mean, he technically lost the first fight against Robbie Lawler. Very true. Poirier, Cerrone, and Tony Ferguson, all American Chads. Very true, Chadderhead. All American Chads. All some of the best fighters of all time. Dougie, how do I spell organization? I don't know better MMA. I can't spell, nor can I read. I'm kind of retarded. Turns out the UFC has the best fighters in the world. Turns out the UFC actually does have the best fighters in the world. They're not just saying it. Taito Ivasa has to cut 40 pounds to make 265. Why would you pick that? Exactly. Listen to M4 Operator. He knows what is going on here. I thought Anthony Smith was cool when he finished Hector Lombard. Yeah, I mean, there was a time where Anthony Smith was promising, but, you know, this is where we are now. Volkanovski wins by unanimous decision, but it's closer than the first fight. Lopes will have more success early, possibly even winning a round or two with his power and clinch work, but Volkanovski's experience, ring IQ, and ability to adapt will carry him through the later rounds. The home crowd will be a factor, and Volkanovski's motivation will be to retire on his own terms. Huzzah to Noob Cake. She finally gets it. Huzzah. Well done, Noob Cake. Very, very, very well done. Would your mum say the N-word? My mum says the N-word all the time. In fact, it's one of her sayings. Oh, Dougie, my son, why do you work so hard? They've got you working as hard as a... My least favorite fighter of all time, Dougie, Dustin Poirier, Donaldson. Well, fuck you, Fighters Club. Mama's Corner, okay. My 9 parlays are under 88.5 strikes from Volk. I'm expecting it to be before round 4. Billy to KO Tuffer. Yazara over 35.5 strikes. It is hitting. That's not a bad parlay at all, Crisp. That's not a bad parlay at all. That one is going to hit, Crisp. There you go. The man who called Amanda Pufta has more wins in 2026 than Patchy Mix. True, Mr. C, true. Do you think Tatiana Suarez's phone could be unlocked by putting a photo of Quagmire in front of her scan? Absolutely. Giggity. Giggity, giggity. Yeah, she gets around. She gets around. Yeah, she gets around. We respect that, Muzzo. It doesn't go on. We do respect Muzzo. Thank you. Dougie, I just want to move to Southeast Asia for the Ladyboys. I want to move for the free speech. Greg Hardy, that was the one. Lopes will leave the octagon with his head held high, but Volkanovski will leave as champion again. Base Noob Cake. I like this Noob Cake. You think you'd be free over there? Mossad is everywhere except probably China. Well, I think I'd be safe in Russia or Serbia as well. We will not donate just so you can go to Asia and spend it all on ladyboys. It's my money. I'll spend it on whatever the fuck I want, Bruce. Who's got KO'd by Bam Bam? Bam Bam is going to get KO'd, by the way. Dougie, can we play some Outlast tonight? Don't be scared. I don't think we'll have time for it, but I am going to do a metered stream tomorrow, so we'll probably have time for Outlast tomorrow, Super Shotgun. I remember that fight, Greg and Taito Ivasa. That's right. That's right. Both of their careers have been absolute flops. Greg Hardy has still been getting slept yearly since the UFC cut him. He is an absolute failure of a thing, isn't he, Portuguese Herzog? What's up, Meat Rocket? Thank God that you were here. I was about to end the stream because you weren't here, Meat Rocket. Greg Hardy is busy getting slept in Russia and taking fights in Russia, not just sleeping with Russian whores. Kaya Sakura has been a flop. Kaya Sakura has been a flop, Johnny. That's a good point. I don't know. You know what? Kaya Sakura can go on the flops list. Are we going to do a flops tier list, chat? Is that what we're doing? A flops chip? Maybe we're not doing the Wasteland of the Quitters. Maybe we're doing a fighters who have flopped in the UFC in the modern era since UFC 200. Dougie, Outlast stream was one of my favorite streams. We're going to run it back. Like I said, guys, tomorrow I haven't got any work booked in, so I'm going to film a video in the morning, and then we will do a metered stream. I'll do a stream for an hour and a half, and then I'll turn the meter on, and we might do some we will do some Outlast tomorrow during the metered segment of our stream tomorrow. Can a man live? Tell me about it, M4 Operator. Would you rather see Joshua Van Cap or Van versus the Japanese guy? I would rather see Van versus the Japanese guy. I don't like rewarding Cap for having gyno and eye poking. I don't like it at all. Can't a white boy buy a motherfucking pay-per-view these days? Come on, man. So Chandler has a shit record and is still in the top 15. I know it's a joke. Michael Chandler's career is the most fabricated career in all of UFC history, MMA Master. Who is tied to Ivasa fighting? The cunt that Derek Lewis got out of there in 1 round. Impression of Hokit's mum catches him practicing his post-fight interviews in the bathroom mirror. And that's why you know we're going to be Josh Hokit. What are you doing in there, love? What are you doing? You sound like a fucking retard. Just speak from the heart. You don't need to do this shit, love. He's fighting some bum. He's going to spark him in round 1. Taito Ivasa's comeback is now. Oh, my beautiful, sweet summer child, Muzzo. Askren made the UFC more money than DJ did, though, because Masvidal, and I love DJ since he won the title, but it's just true. Yes, the highlight package of Masvidal absolutely destroying Ben Askren's face did make the UFC more money than all of Mighty Mouse's career. This is true, Install Driver. It's sad, but that's just the game. Greg Hardy has been knocked out in all different martial arts. Greg Hardy and Luke Rockhold. 2 men determined to lose as in many combat sports as humanly possible. This is true. I miss Nacho. I miss Nacho too, but he's spending time with the family. You're so behind in the chat. Well, I'm not, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm 14 comments behind in the chat. Actually, real Bruce Wayne. I'm not that far at all. Dougie, chill out. We know that you love ladyboys, but that's not why I want to go to Thailand. Fuck Patty Pimlet. I ride with Dan Hooker. It's red and... I ride with Dan Hooker till it's red and... Are you implying you're going to ride Dan Hooker until your penis is red and calloused, Fighters Club? That's disgusting. But I agree. Patchy is no longer in the mix. Oh, behave. Oh, Patchy no longer in the mix. Greg Hardy versus Bigfoot Silver is the fight to make. You know what? Double knockout. I like that. Why was yesterday's stream called Roll Call? Because we were doing a roll call for Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway so I could make a new end slide for the videos, and I was getting everyone's picks down officially. I can't believe we're having UFC in our homeland of Australia. I know, Meat Rocket, and very apt that you have a hammer and sickle and you're from Australia. Welcome to communist Australia, Meat Rocket. Yes, it's true, mate. It's true. Surely Volk won't lose in Sydney as an Australian champion. Volk will not lose. No ifs, buts, or maybes. Volk will not lose. There is no chance that Volk loses tomorrow. Dougie, I may or may not have used AI to help me write that prediction. I did think it was very AI-esque, Noob Cake, but you know what? The AI is correct, so just stick with it. Dougie, do you need help with getting an American Zixo to have a US version of Paramount? So one of the boys in the chat, I'm not going to give up who it is, but one of the boys in the chat lives in America and just gave me his email address and his password to log into Paramount. I tried 3 VPNs. I tried the Brave Browser VPN, I tried Proton VPN, and I tried Surfshark VPN. It does not let you watch from Australia with a VPN. It knows you're using a VPN, even when you're on an account in America and paid for out of America. Fucking bullshit. Fucking horse shit. Skull Shape tells me Patchy Mix and Tatiana are sharing shitty steroids. Well, better to be on some steroids than none. Hey, Portuguese says, okay. If someone says, would you like some steroids? You always say yes. I want Vian versus Cap. It's a great matchup, entertainment-wise. It is, but I don't want to reward cheaters, Paul. I don't like rewarding cheaters. Dougie, check the Discord. Dan Hooker got roasted. Let's have a look at the Discord, shall we? What's in the Discord, boys? What's in the Discord? Dan Prostitutia. I saw this. The Italian Paramount team called Dan Hooker Dan the Prostitute. Why? I don't know, but hey, this is why we fucking love Europeans. Do you think Hokit still has to hold the flashlight for his dad when he's working on shit around the house? Yeah, absolutely, mate. Of course, if you're going to act like a child, you're going to get treated like a child. Hold the torch while I go under the house and fix the sewage. You're very behind the chat, little bro. I'm really not very behind the chat. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 comments behind the chat, little bro. And if you don't like the chat running at this speed, donate some fucking money and I'll read your chat straight away, all right? It's not my fault you're broke. You're a brokey. You're broke. You can't afford to get your chat read straight away because you're broke. Ben Askren is the only one who flopped who didn't flop at the same time. He's the only one who flopped who also didn't flop at the same time. I don't get it, because his career did flop, and then he also flopped because he was unconscious. I don't get it. I don't get the joke. You're broke! I don't like Rockhold, but I really respect him giving everything a go when he isn't winning. I don't like Luke Rockhold either. And I'm really happy that he's been knocked out all over the world. So, I'm happy you respect him, but I fucking hate him. Then I love watching him get knocked out. My family knows Brazil nuts by a slightly more, racist. Oh, okay, so they say it openly too. There you go. Noob Cake bleeds before the fight starts. Noob Cake bleeds once a month, mate. This is her curse to bear. She needs to have children. I saw your O'Malley video. I've been calling him versus Sandhagen for years now. We gotta run it. I agree, Muzzo. I just think it's insanely entitled that O'Malley is like, I'll either sit out for a year till my title shot or pay me as if I was a champion. It's like, hang on, brother. You're a fighter. It's your job to fight and get your way back to... You've already been one of the most entitled fighters of all time. One of the most babied fighters up the rankings of all time. Fucking heaven forbid, Sean O'Malley, that you would have to do some work and get a convincing win before the UFC give you a title shot. He's got such a fucking Gen Z mindset. And I know, I'm sorry. I know I sound like an unk when I say that, and I am an unk. But I'm also someone with like an insane work ethic. I work for myself. You know what I mean? Like, I employ myself. The only reason I have money is because I go out and get it. I live by that creed. And fucking O'Malley got handed his way into the rankings after an eye poke. Got given the yarn win. Got given fucking Aljamain Sterling on 6 weeks notice or something. And then he sits there and has the fucking audacity to go, I'll sit out for a year until I get my title shot, or I'll fight but pay me as if I was a champion. What the fuck are you talking about, O'Malley? Get in the fucking cage, cunt, and win a top 5 fight convincingly, please. Like, once in your fucking career, Sean O'Malley. Win a top 5 fight convincingly. Is that so fucking hard? Is that so much to ask for, Sean O'Malley? That you win a top 5 fight convincingly? Fuck you, Sean O'Malley. Honestly, man. Embarrassment of a kid. Embarrassment. That's just such a Gen Z mindset. That was a real knee slapper, that one from Cayman. Yeah, do a flop tier list live, then upload the live stream section as a video. No, that's boring. That's MMA Che. That's not real work, install driver. But we will do a flop tier list. Why not? I'm going to touch you, James. I'm going to chase you down and touch you, James. Where are you, James? Where was I up to? I'm going to touch you, mate. Volk will lose. It's the changing of the guard. Volk will win. It's guaranteed. I promise. I think Charles will win. I've got to add you to the slide then, real Bruce Wayne. Lopes will definitely, at least you think Charles will win. You're the best picker in here, and I too think Charles will win. We're on the right side of history, real Bruce Wayne. Lopes will definitely rub his own neck 500 times. He will rub his own neck quite a few times. When will the UFC come to my country of Botswana? Oh, never, Fighters Club. I'm over the ethics at the moment. I want great fights, and Van claps cheeks for me. Van Cap checks that for me, not claps cheeks. I don't know how I got claps cheeks out of that, but Van versus Cap checks that box for you. That's fair enough. I get it. Like, if you can't be fucked with the ethics, you can't be fucked with the ethics. Impression of Hokit getting... You're broke. Impression of Hokit getting angry about having to eat his broccoli, and Grandbaby rolling back into it, and Gramby rolling back into his room. I'm not doing it. I'm not eating my Brussels sprouts. You can't make me. It's interesting that Diego Lopes has 3 months of training fighting style, just plowed forward, take punches to the face, and throws punches while seeing red. I mean, if it gets the job done, Cayman, it gets the job done. Josh Hoker is my new favorite heavyweight. I agree, Super Gamer is bloody great for the division. I love it. I was talking about the UFC's perspective. I thought it was obvious. Oh, sorry, real Bruce Wayne. My mistake, and I apologize to you sincerely. Has Eric come back to the stream in the last few weeks? No, Eric is out on deployment, but he's been messaging me on Instagram. At least he is safe. O'Malley is pampered. O'Malley is one of the most pampered fighters of all time. Hokit definitely has a no girls allowed sign on his bench. That is fucking hilarious, man. The UFC pays hookup for his services till he's finished and the time runs out. Josh, Dan prostitute. We pay you for your services. 25 minutes. O'Malley isn't even a Gen Z. He's 32. Well, he's just a fucking pampered bitch then. Name 5 cucks. Name 5 cucked UFC fighters. Sean O'Malley is confirmed to be a cuck. We know this. Ian Gary is a cuck. We know this. Who else gives cuck vibes? Ryan Hall gives cuck vibes. Very, very strong cuck vibes. Gene Silver sets off my gator, so he gives cuck vibes as well. What's that? 4? 3? That'll do. Unk, I know I'm acting like an unk. I know. I'm sorry, guys, but it's just true. Sean O'Malley is literally a millennial acting like a Gen Z. It's annoying to me. So cringe seeing him still doing the dyed hair thing in his 30s. I know, it's embarrassing. Fedor would avoid coming the biggest flop in MMA history. Fedor is not a flop. Stop it. Everyone knows that O'Malley and Paddy the Baddie are the hardest workers in the promotion. O'Malley pisses me off. Grown-ass men acting like he's my age, he wishes. ¿Qué pasa? 2026, O'Malley, Paul Bisameshi. How do you do, my fellow kids? How we doing, my fellow kiddos? I know, that's 20. That is O'Malley trying to act like a Gen Z. If he's a millennial, that's even more embarrassing. Put O'Malley in a clown suit. I had him on a clown throne in my thumbnail yesterday. O'Malley will dance around jabbing his way to the title. I fucking hate it, noob cake, and then act like he's hard done by. O'Malley barely gets past your dong and thinks he is going to win a pissing contest with the rest of the top 5. This is what I'm talking about. Like, O'Malley, you've not won a proper top 5 fight convincingly yet. Shut the fuck up and fight someone and earn your way to the title. Send him to the circus. That's his home. I agree. O'Malley is a queef. O'Malley is copying Izzy when he was a champ. This is true. I lied. I'm a white boy with no motion in the south of the United States. We'll get Motion Fighters Club. That's what we're doing here on Dougie's Corner. We are acquiring motion. I'm glad you say that, Dougie, because I think Volk will get KO'd. Volk will not lose, I guarantee it. What did I say that we're getting clipped? I don't even know what I've done yet. I'll take Lopes, Dougie, $100 versus you eating the biggest tin of refried brains you can find in Australia after the fight. Oh, shit. Refried beans. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, Cheddarhead. How about 400 grams, Cheddarhead? 400 grams of refried beans. What do you reckon? What's this one? How big's this one? 440 grams of refried beans available at my grocery store. What do we reckon about this one? What the hell is a gram? Tell me in pounds. What's 400? Oh, there it is. 15 ounces. It's actually got 15 ounces. There you go, 15 ounces. For some reason, we've got it in grams on ours. Very rare. I'm thinking of a drum. I don't think I'd be able to find that, Cheddarhead. I don't think I'd be able to find a 7-pound drum. Yeah, I don't think that's available here. I think this is the best we're gonna get. Those refried brains taste like my ex-wife. Oh, okay, that's disgusting. Let me read some chats. 1 pound is light work. I mean, I could eat 2 cans. That's a kilo of refried brains. If I eat 2 cans, Cheddarhead, that's a kilo of refried brains. That's a lot of beans. Let me read some chats, Cheddarhead, and then we'll get back to this. But I could eat 2 cans. That's a kilo. Go back to the drawing board. All right, we'll rethink it. Where was I up to? It's you and me. Bruce Wayne will get proved. Lopes will get the job done. No, he won't. Lopes will not get the job done. Where am I up to? Do the beans. I'm open to doing the beams. How many cans, Cheddarhead? It's nearly 500 grams per can. It's 440 grams per can. Hokit calling that WMMA player a man. Imagine Paramount exec's reaction. They must have known what they were getting into. I mean, we had Bryce Mitchell last year talking about how Big H wasn't that bad of a guy. Paramount must have known what they were getting into. Surely, man. I get back into the ethics when I've seen enough good cards and the division is in order. I get that, Paul. Like, we'll worry about the ethics after we actually have some fucking fun. Last year was horrible for fun. Hokit refuses to hug the ring girl so he doesn't get cooties. No, thank you. I don't want the cooties. 6 cans? I'm not eating 6 cans of refried beans. No. Lower that. I said 2. You come back at me with 6? How the fuck are we negotiating here, Cheddarhead? Lower that number. I said 2. I started off negotiations at 2. You can't recounter with 6. What are you talking about? You never fucking bartered? What is this haggling that's going on here, Cheddarhead? Don't you know how to haggle? 6 cans. Fuck off 6 cans. No. Categorically, no. 5.5 cans. Fuck off! No! Give me a real number. 5.5 cans. There we go. Noob Cake is starting to get the gist. How about 4? How about 3 cans? I go back to the ethic. We've done this. Hokit refuses to hug the. We've done this. Dan Hardy's wife enjoys messing with Roundtree. Okay, that's just her getting plowed by a black man. I've seen quite a bit of Ryan Hall interviews and stuff. I reckon he's not cuck material. Maybe he hasn't got the balls to sit in the chair and watch. This confirms Dan Hardy is a cuck. I'd believe that. At least Dan Hooker dyed his hair as a midlife crisis. Not just dyed his hair, but covered his whole body in tattoos. Do you reckon Dan Hooker has got tattoos on his dick? Hokit's mum bought him a shirt that says, "Shh, be quiet, I'm gaming." What about Armin willing to risk it all for Nina Drama? Based or Chad? Based. Absolutely based. It's important to remember, most of these guys are young and living non-ordinary lives. They have dumb takes all the time. The older you get, the dumber you realize you were. I mean, that's true for everything, Daniel. I agree with that completely. You said something about me being on the right side of history or something, so I said Volk will get KO'd. Ah, shit. Volk will win this. $100 in this economy. 3 cans, Cheddarhead. 3 cans. $100. You're so confident in it. 3 cans versus $100 Cheddarhead. Dougie has never seen refried beans. I have. It's disgusting. Poll prediction on Volk versus Lopes. We can run a Volk. Ryan was so annoying during that period when he was calling up top 5 guys saying everyone was ducking him when he achieved absolutely nothing in the sport. I know, I love it when fighters make these big grand top 5 predictions when they've done fuck and all. It's so funny to me, man. It'd be like me saying, I'm going to take over the MMA YouTube game. I'm going to take over the game, yeah? It's so fucking funny, dude. Tell me all right, what is 440 grams times 3 equals 440 grams times 3. kgs. That's nearly 3 pounds of fried beans, Cheddarhead. That's nearly 3 pounds of fried beans for a $100 bet. That's a good deal, Cheddarhead. That's a good deal. I'd take that deal if I was you, Cheddarhead. That's a great deal. We're talking nearly 3 pounds of fried beans for a $100 bet. That's a good one, Cheddarhead. I'd take that. I'd take that deal, mate. I'd take that. I like that bet, mate. Dougie, what are your favorite generation? Mine is Gen Z, by the way. My favorite generation would be whichever one the Spartans were. Ideally, it's Volk, Muay Thai, Shui, Vasa, Danny Prostitute. So what is happening in this sideshow upside down? 1 pound is light work. I'm drunk. Let me just catch up through all of this. Pussy behavior, 3 cans to over 9,000 cans. All right. Ronald McDonald wants to be fondled. Is Tougher fighting this weekend? Why is everyone mentioning him? Yes, Tougher is fighting this weekend. That's right. Refried Brains taste like nothing. You spelled his name wrong. Bias. I think so. It is absolute bias. Lopes getting slept. Lopes is getting slept. Yeah. Volk at 60%. Based chat. I've got the most based chat on MMA YouTube. Refried beans in a burrito is good if you cook the beans in an unhealthy manner. No cooking the beans, just eating the refried beans straight out of the can. Are we going to be here for the press conference? We are not going to be here for the press conference. I've got dinner plans with my family, unfortunately. That's got to be so many fucking calories. It's literally lard and beans. Yeah, that's disgusting. There's so much refried beans, it's a whole dirty weekend. I don't want that. I want Volk to win, but I have a weird feeling that he might get KO'd. Diego might go on a wild and see red. Doesn't matter. If Diego goes wild and sees red, Volk will just slip out of the way and fucking chin him. Trust me, brother. Dougie is Aussie biased, obviously. Bacon fat is the key. Bacon fat is delicious. Dougie is going to look like Taito Ivasa after those beans. I'm not going to be able to see my missus for 3 days if I eat 3 cans of refried beans. People forget, man, Volk is just a shitty chef. No. Volk is a goated chef, dickhead. Dougie is going to be blowing heavy farts all over his local twink. That's what I mean. I won't be able to see Mimiso after I eat that many beans. Dougie is a boomer. That is true. What if Cheddarhead loses? He owes me $100. This is an Aussie channel. Of course, the poll will be skewed. The poll will be correct, actually. 3 pounds of refried beans for $100. Do we take Cheddarhead's bet, chat? Do we take Cheddarhead's bet? Do we take Cheddarhead's bet, chat? What do we reckon? Alexander Volkanovski to beat Diego Lopes. I have to eat 3 cans of refried beans, or Cheddarhead sends me $100. Cheddarhead. We ride, Cheddarhead. We ride, Cheddarhead. We ride. Let's do it, brother. Let's do it, Cheddarhead. We ride. 3 cans of refried beans. Blah, 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 blah. 3 cans of refried beans for $100. We ride, Cheddarhead. We ride. Yes. Nice one, brother. Done. 3 cans it is, bro. 3 cans it is. Done. Impression of Hokett's mum catching him snooping at his parents' presence under... Impression of Josh Hokett's mum catching him snooping at his presence under the tree. What are you doing, Hokett? Get out of there. You can't have your new Hulk Hogan toy until Christmas Day. Dougie's going to be so nervous on Saturday. I'm not nervous at all. I know we are going to get this win. The Spartans couldn't even beat the other Greeks. They literally could, mate. Straight out of the can with a spoon after the fight. Yeah, I'll buy the beans this weekend and I'll have them here. I'll have them in the office ready to go for after the fight, Cheddarhead. Refried beans cold is not right. Can I heat them up? Is that, I've never had refried beans, so I don't know how to eat them. I'm guessing that's about 8,000 calories. Yeah, how many calories is that? How many calories is that? That's going to be a lot, right? Let's see. Let's see what old Grok has to say. How many calories is that? Holy shit! 10,000 calories? That can't be right. That's not right. Pull up the beans. I know, that can't be right. No, it's only 2,000 calories. Okay, all right. Fucking Grok spazzed out. No, Grok spazzed out. Yeah, no, we'll be right. I was like, fucking hell, I'm going to die. was legitimate like, I'm going to fucking die. Oh, thank you, Chris, for the $2, man. I appreciate you.
At Samage Crisp 2811 tipped $2 through Super Chat. Impression of Mick Parkin KOing Hokit Nick her.
Shut the fuck impression Hogan. Thank you for the $2, Chris. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Just wanted to get the word in, did you, Chris? Just had to say the word. Where am I up to? I'm guessing it's about 8,000. All right, this is one of those fights that I have the utmost confidence in Volk. I don't know why, but I'm so confident in the bloke. Me too. Me too. I can't believe I'm going to get $100 this weekend just for watching Volk sleep Diego Lopes. Dougie's going to get charged with chemical warfare from those bean farts. It's not going to be good if I lose. I'm going to need to spend the next 2 days alone. The beans are going to be thick as fuck. Cold at least warm them up for the paste and the texture. Well, I'll buy the beans. I'll buy the beans this weekend. So, Cheddarhead, these are the beans. Oh, this is my local grocery store, Cheddarhead. La Marina refried black beans. I'll get 3 cans of that, Cheddarhead, and I'll have them here ready to go. La Marina refried black beans, Cheddarhead. I'll have them ready to go, brother. Dougie's going to get chopped. We've done that one. The beans are going to be thick. I've done that one. Dougie right now weighing up the lack of getting laid. So not worth it. Honestly, it's not worth it. Honestly, it's not worth it. If Dougie loses, he has to do a Charles Johnson haircut for a month. I'm never doing the Charles Johnson haircut. That's $33 a root. It's not worth it. Exactly. It's not worth it. Exactly. Easiest money you'll ever make. I agree. The streets will never forget Prime Patchy Mix. Dude, Prime Patchy Mix. Remember the way he just stood there like a fucking heavy bag, getting his face caved in? Prime Patchy Mix, man. Prime Patchy Mix. Dougie rethinking his life choices right now? I really was when I saw 10,000 calories. I did not like that. It's good for the channel if you do it. It is good for the channel. On top of Cheddar's bet, if Lopes wins, you eat tacos with a beer. If Volk wins, I'll send you $50. Wait, so if Volk wins, you'll send me $50 and I just order tacos and drink a beer? Is that what you're saying, Super Gamer? What's up, Zayden Scott? Good to see you, mate. $33, 1 can. Trash math. Dougie needs to rest from the sexy times. I do not need a rest. I'm enjoying them. Dougie couldn't say no to the shekels. I can't say no to the shekels, mate. I've been replacing Volk's creatine with powdered laxative and his Greek yogurt with my ejaculate, so that Dougie has to guzzle down an abhorrent amount of lentils. So thank you, Fighters Club. I'm not looking forward to that. Please do not replace Alexander Volkanovski's Greek yogurt with your ejaculate. I'm getting flashbacks of Dougie eating the hot dogs after UFC 317. What a long time ago that was. Me eating those disgusting hot dogs. Do you think Hokit sits in his yard in a ghillie suit trying to catch Santa? Absolutely, mate. Of course he does. When did this refried brains thing come up? Chadhead is offering $100 versus a can of 3 cans of refried brains if Diego Lopes beats Alexander Volkanovski. That is the bet. Doug, have you ever done a food challenge before? I did. I had to eat 12 hot dogs on this stream once when, I forget who the bet was for, but I think it was between me and Cheddarhead, and I had to eat 12 hot dogs. And then I lost that bet, and then I spent the next 24 hours eating hot dogs. And the shit that I took afterwards was just diabolical. The bet's done. The bet is done. The bet is done. You're cooked, dirty bulking. I'll be all right. You only process 6,000 of those calories, Max. I'll vomit before that. Just put a double at the gym. I'll be right. You won't want to eat the start of the next day anyway. It is true, but if I don't finish the beans, I'll have to continue eating them next day like I did with the hot dogs. 1 can of 443 grams is 400 calories. Okay, so we'll be all right. The amount of lard is going to turn your arteries into copper wire. At least I'll be rich. I'll be able to sell my own arteries. Hospitalization via the beans is going to be wild. Don't worry. If I end up going to the hospital, we'll live stream it. Kulon! Assuming they don't have sugar, this one probably does have sugar. Volk will get KO just like Gene Silverstone. Volk will win. He will not want his Dougie dying of a bean-related heart attack. They do come out like baked beans. They'll be all right. I won't be active in any of the streams or the Discord for a while if Volk loses this straight up. Muzzo, you need to check in. We need welfare checks, mate. I have 1 can hot, 1 can cold, and 1 can at room temperature, just like the 3 little bears. That's not too bad. Yaroslav Amosov versus Kamaru Usman. What a weird thing to say, Zayden Scott. Why have you just said that out of nowhere? What are we doing here? How would you feel about Patchy Mix being cut after having such a great run in the PFL? In the UFC? Well, he had a dog shit run in the UFC, so whatever he did in the PFL doesn't count for jack and all. So they probably pay him way too much money. I mean, he was a Bellator champion when he came over, so he had a very good contract when he came over to the UFC. They probably matched it at the very least. And they're like, why are we paying you championship numbers when you just stand there like a heavy bag? What's up, Toad? How are you, man? Volk easy? I agree, mate. I agree. Do an impression of a waiter telling Josh Hokett that his mum that he can't order from the kids menu. Sir, I'm sorry, but you cannot be ordering chicken nuggets. Oh, but I want the chicken nuggets. Cheddar make watch along great again. Cheddarhead does make watch alongs great. Dougie, I expect what you're wagering here. Not getting laid in a new relationship for 3 days is crazy, you mad bastard. She'll understand. She'll understand the gap. Probably not, actually. She thinks you guys are all a bunch of fucking retards. She probably won't understand the game at all, but hey. This is the world that she chose to be a part of, so... Well done, babe. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the... You knew I was a streamer. This is part of the gig. Where am I up to? Dougie will lose his abs over the beans. The bean shits are going to be so much worse than the hot dogs. They are. Are you going to roll call Volk versus Lopes? No, there aren't enough videos coming out until then, but I know that you're all picking Volk. Dougie is going 2 days. He'll risk it for the third. Yeah, no, we'll make it on the third day. Did you see they updated the rankings? That fucking weasel Yair is still at number 3. He can't keep getting away with it. Did you see the PFL is going off their own ranking system? The PFL have brought in rankings. It's so fucking funny. Like, the PFL will only have 10 lightweights on the goddamn books. I don't know why they're thinking that there's a point in having a ranking system. It's fucking hilarious to me. Thank you so much, B-Tard, for the $1, man. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. And not even a comment. Just straight up. Just $1. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Welcome to the stream. I did think we should cover some news today, which is the Zuffa boxing contracts. They're diabolical. The Zuffa boxing contracts are fucked. I don't know if... I actually think they're worse than the UFC contracts. Zuffa are just fucking going for it. So check this out. If the fighter declines to take a fight that Zuffa offers him, it counts against one of the fights that Zuffa is obligated to offer him a year. That is the same in the UFC. If a fighter has an undercard bout and the main event is postponed or cancelled, Zuffa can pull the fighter's fight without any payment obligation to the undercard fighter. So the idea is that they pay you to have fights. Zuffa can just pull you off the card and they still don't have to pay you for it, which is crazy. The fighters wear only equipment and the uniform approved by Zuffa during the fights, which is normal, as well as pre-fight and post-fight events. So if you were going to the post-fight press conference, Zuffa can demand that you wear clothes only approved by them. Crazy. The fighter must arrive on site The fighter must arrive on site for his fights at a time designated by Zuffa, which can be as much as 8 days before the fight. So Zuffa Boxing, like if this fight was happening between Diego Lopes and Alexander Volkanovski, Zuffa Boxing can say, we need you at the arena on Monday for press obligations, and you have to wear this. That's in the contracts. We need you at the arena on Monday wearing these clothes. You have to. If a fighter is offered a fight against an opponent designated by Zuffa, and the fighter does not accept the fight because the fighter is unwilling or refuses to compete for any reason whatsoever, Zuffa may extend the contract term. So if you're just turning down fights, Zuffa can lock you in under contract forever. They can just keep extending the contract. So you will fight someone in a bad matchup to lower your value, or we are just going to freeze you out and you're not going to be allowed to go and look for employment anywhere else. Craziness. Craziness. You can never sue Zuffa. The contract precludes the fighter from seeking any consequential, incidental, or punitive damages from Zuffa. You can never sue Zuffa, nor shall the fighter have the right to seek injunction or other equitable relief. It requires the fighter relinquish the right to sue Zuffa in a state or federal court and submit any claim he may have against Zuffa in binding arbitration in Nevada. You literally says you cannot sue Zuffa. So Eric Magraken, I don't know who the fuck this cunt is. Anyway, he's done a very good breakdown of the new TKO Zuffa contracts. They are diabolical. They're worse than the UFC contracts. It's kind of fucking insane. Shout out to Zuffa for just big balling their way across the entire community. It comes out of the can firmer than canned dog food. Holy shit, we'll definitely need to heat that up. You have to them chilled because it was only heated up. Tastes like my ex-wife. You have to have them cold because heated up tastes like my ex-wife. I don't understand what you're saying, Paul. I'm sorry. Do you think Hoka tells his parents about when a fighter is mean to him at the press con? Oh, absolutely. He's on the phone to mum straight away afterwards. Mum, the fighter was mean to me. Mummo. She is a twink. Dougie thinks he's clever. She is not a twink. Like the stream, guys, and thank you, B-Tard, for the $1. At least beans have fiber. Unlike hot dogs, they'll clean you right out. It's true. I'll take a giant shit. Thank you, Install Driver, for the $2, man. I appreciate you.
At Install Driver 39 tipped $2 through Super Chat. No current good names will fight for them.
That's true, brother. No current good name fighter will ever sign a Zuffa contract, but the guys who are broke as shit at their local gyms, they will sign Zuffa contracts. I mean, you can't act like no fighter's ever going to sign a contract with them. They're putting on 12 shows this year. They've already put on one show. They're putting on another show. Callum Walsh is obviously signed with them. The contracts are fucking diabolical, and I agree. No one who is an established name right now is going to fight for Zuffa. But guys will sign the contract. Desperate men will sign the contract. Dougie, did you pick Charles to beat up Ilya for the hot dog bet? I don't remember what the bet was. I don't remember who I picked to win that. You'll get a full day of fiber in about one 10-gram can for that brand. I'll be taking some solid shits after I eat that, but I'm not going to eat 3 cans because Volk will win. Hokit still has training wheels on his bike. Absolutely. Hokit's still rolling around with these training wheels. Eddie Hearn exposed Zuffa boxing on the Aerial show. All Eddie Hearn has been doing is shit-talking Zuffa boxing. Super shits, to be sure. Eat a fiber-heavy breakfast also. Why would I eat fiber in the morning of the day I might have to eat 3 cans of refried beans when I'm already going to be getting a lot of fiber that day? It doesn't make sense, Install Driver. Fuck Zuffa boxing, very fair. Hokit heard Zuffa and thought he was going on a trip to see the monkeys and the rhino. We're going on a safari? We're going on a safari? Jesus Christ, Zuffa Cup boxing sucks so bad. True, greedy-ass company, of course they are. No wonder they have no big names like Ryan Garcia. No, I mean, the fact that they were in talks with Usyk would have told them to fuck off. Why the fuck would any boxer sign with this evil company? Because they have the money. No sunset clause. No sunset clause. What a contract. What a contract. I know, Cheddar Head. It's actually diabolical. CTE Volk is going to storm the ring at Zuffa Boxing. Think he is supposed to be fighting. Did you guys catch that we had a CTE Volk moment already at the media day? I'd like to do a Cooking with Armin. You know, I do one with Cooking. Hang on a minute. I've already done a Cooking with Armin. I completely forgot about that. We actually got a real-life CTE Volk moment already. What an insane contract, I know. Armin versus the Take Me Down guy for $1,000 is set for February 28th at RAF. And many people are picking that the influencer guy, what brain rot? Yeah, Armin's obviously going to be able to take him down. He runs around the beach telling normies to try and take him down. Obviously, Armin's going to be able to. So that's where Eric has been. Writing the Zuffa contract. Think of the schnoz on the guy who wrote that contract. I know. We'll make it if you say no. You just sign up with us for longer. Hokit did flip off Freeman like he was a bad kid that just learnt what it was. I mean, Hokit was disappointed that Freeman got his ass beaten so badly, and I loved it. Dana White is really playing into the Mr. Krabs meme. How greedy can one man be? We're going to find out, because essentially with the law being changed for Zuffa boxing, he's just going to do whatever the fuck he wants. You pick Moicano over Dariush for the hot dog bet? What an idiot. Right, so it was Moicano over Dariush. Fuck. Tighten the contract, big boy. Sign the contract, big boy. Sign it. Using diabolical in every sentence is diabolical, and also a telltale sign of someone who is chronically online. It's just a fun word to say. Everyone talking about beans as if you have to eat them. I know, Volk's going to win. I don't have to eat the beans. Volk is going to win. People will sign it, but they won't get the numbers they want for a very long time. They'll have to build up stars like the UFC. That is true. That is true. I think Zuffa boxing is a 5 or 10 year plan. Don't be surprised if you don't see Zuffa boxing being successful in 3 years' time. They are slowly building it. Schnoz Ferratu wrote the Zuffa contract. There you go. Dana White is kingpin in a big suit. Yes, true. Normani did take that guy down, and he didn't pay him because it wasn't a takedown under the wrestling rules when he clearly put him on his back. What a fucking pussy. What a pussy, man. If you get taken down, you get taken down. Fuck that shit. People forget, man, Dana White always wanted to be a big boxing guy, and they laughed him out. Well, now Dana White is coming to take his revenge on the boxing world. Take his fucking revenge on the entire boxing world. Right, let's put this to bed. Bruce Wayne is on Charles Oliveira's side of the world. Thank you, Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is on Charles Oliveira's side. Well done to Bruce Wayne. He's definitely not Batman. Haven't you guys heard the intro? He's not Batman. Bruce Wayne is definitely not Batman. There he is. We'll put him there. Nice stuff. Beautiful stuff. Let's do a tier list. Let's do the biggest flops in UFC history tier list. Not in UFC, in modern day history, because I can't be bothered with Shotgun talking about some obscure guy that no one's ever heard of from 600 years ago. So we'll go from UFC 200 onwards. Otherwise, it'll just be insufferable. So let's go from UFC 200 onwards. Biggest flops. Rebellis de Spania is up there. Fucking oath he is, mate. Where is Patchy Mix? Why the fuck have you got a background, Patchy? Just be a normal photo. There we go. He had a $1 million bet with... No, he didn't have a $1 million bet with Alexander Volkanovski. Who was it that had a $1 million bet with Alexander Volkanovski? Pitbull! Pitbull had a $1 million bet with Alexander Volkanovski that he was the best featherweight in the world. Stop it, dickheads. February 1st is your date, and you'll eat the beans for me, boy. Oh, God. We're not going to have to eat the beans. We'll be all right. Dougie, I'm so proud of you for nailing the pronunciation of Schnoz Ferratu. Thank you, Justin Kennedy. I'm having a very hard time saying words today because my nose is clogged, but I'm getting through it, mate. I'm on Max Holloway's side. Oh, the Muzzo. Muzzo, you're on Max Holloway's side. No worries, Muzzo. We'll get you on Max Holloway's side since we're continuing the roll call from yesterday. Why not? There you go, Muzz. I've got to take a screenshot of this and put it at the end of the videos so we can all brag about how right we were or how wrong we were. In 3 days, Diego Lopes will become the champion. No, he won't. In 3 days, Diego Lopes will get beaten and Dougie will be $100 American richer without a bean in my body. Dana used to be a valet at the Vegas casino and carry Floyd's bags for him. This is true, Super Shotgun. Dana White would do anything to get into the boxing world, and he is going to come after it with a vengeance. With a vengeance that we can't even imagine. Zufar will be boxing's Bellator, maybe even PFL. We'll see. I think Zufar is going to be just fine, considering that they've already got a Paramount deal, considering that they'll always be connected to TKO, which is connected to the UFC and WWE, considering that they are going to have the most vampiric contracts out of anyone in the boxing world. I think they'll be fine. Rebeldes de España. What a flop was Rebeldes de España. I'll give you that one for sure, mate. I'll throw this dick on you, girl. Yeah, Rebeldes de España. What a flop. Once they realized you could just take him down, he did fuck and all. That is an A-tier level of flop. He was going to be the next Ngannou. Dougie doesn't know about Dennis King and how hyped he was coming from Japan, and then Bisping put the beat down on him, and he was never the same. Exactly, Super Shocker. No one knows about Dennis King. You probably just made that up. Flops is in failure or literal Derek Lewis getting bruised and flopping on his... No, a flop is in, like, he was expected to be the shit, and then he turned out to be fucking nothing. I don't think you can put CM Punk on there, Muzzo, because no one thought CM Punk was going to be any good, brother. Like, I don't think anyone's surprised that CM Punk sucked dick. You got Max Holloway install driver? Done. No worries, I'll get you on there, mate. I think you're already on there. Weren't you here yesterday, install driver? No. There you go, install driver. In you go. Beautiful stuff, isn't it? Look at all those Chads picking Holloway. Retards that don't know how MMA actually works. Obviously, the guy with more ways to win is going to win the fight, and that is Charles Oliveira. Eat the beans anyway as a celebration for Volk win, or do a mayo shot like Guru does. I'll do a Kewpie mayo shot if Volk wins, because I prefer Kewpie mayo. If Volk wins, eat a fucking chicken burger. I probably will get a burger, mate. Dougie crying seeing his hero Volk get KO'd while eating beans. That will be a truly sad moment. Me sitting here naked with my shirt off, eating beans while Volk gets dragged out of the arena on a stretcher. I'll be very sad about that. I'm not going to lie. I'll clarify. I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about talent. We are talking about... No, like, you were coming in expecting to be something, and then it turned out that you were fucking nothing. Like Sage Northcutt. Sage Northcutt. He was going to be the next Karate Kid, and then ended up getting his... Like, at least Rebeldes de España went on to have success in karate combat. Sage Northcutt had his face literally smashed to fucking pieces over at one championship. What a flop. What a giant, giant flop. Who else was it that we were talking about? Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy. He was meant to come in as this athletic NFL player. Real athlete. I remember the hype. Real athletes are coming to the UFC. Real athletes are coming to the UFC. Guys are coming over. Real athletes. Yeah, Greg Hardy got the shit kicked out of him, cheated with the ventilator, and then continued to get the shit kicked out of him out of the UFC. At least Rebeldes de España had success over at Karate Combat, you know? These are the ones, right? These are the flops. These are the real flops. If Volk wins, mate, get a chicken burger. We did that one. Don't make it up. His name is Kang, by the way, not King, like King Green. I know. I'm sure you didn't make it up. I believe you, Shotgun. Rebellious got essentially laid out by Waldo for 15 minutes. True. Very true. I was like 13 when that happened. I thought he was going to win. Who? CM Punk? No chance. CM Punk never had a chance. You take that back. I'm going to take Holloway. Stop it, Bilal. No, you're not. You're going to take Oliveira, Bilal. No, you are not going to take Holloway. You're taking Oliveira. All right? Come on, mate. We need to fix your picks. You're taking Oliveira. Max is going to sleep Charles in round 4, brother. You know this. You know that. You know what? Kaya Sakura so far has been a flop. W Bilal. F Bilal. Bilal is getting... No, Bilal is going under Oliveira. Bilal is going under Oliveira. Bilal gets Oliveira. He's going to win. All right? And we need Bilal's picks to be good this year. So I'm telling him it's going to be Oliveira. Give Bilal back. No! Bilal goes over with Oliveira. Fuck you. No. No. He stays with Oliveira. He's on Team Oliveira. He's on Team Oliveira. Now, where was I up to? Kaya Sakura so far has been a flop. This is very true. Kaya Sakura so far has been a giant fucking flop. Michael Chandler's been a flop too, right? Like, I know the UFC keep putting him up in high rankings, but Michael Chandler's been a flop too. Kaya Sakura, not as much of a flop as these guys yet, but he is climbing the list. Kaya Sakura is absolutely on the way up. Ooh, Chandler has had fuck all success. I'm going to put Chandler over here. High A tier. He hasn't been cut yet, but he's definitely high A tier. Where am I up to? Can we count Ryan Hall based on the Rogan glaze? We absolutely can count Ryan Hall. Fucking sure we can, Muzzo. Let me put Ryan Hall's name on there just to remind myself to come back to it. I want to read some chats. Let me put Ryan Hall's name there just as a placeholder. Dougie just brought a shit ton of copper. You should do the same. I have actual gold, Mr. Nice, but thank you for the shout, man. I appreciate it. Another heavy hitter in support of Jerome Holloway, man. No, Bilal doesn't know what he's doing. I'm putting him under Oliveira. Would Kimbo Slice count? When did Kimbo Slice come into the UFC? Was that before or after UFC 200? I think it was before UFC 100. Bilal is a great one. Dude is exciting as fuck. Bilal is a great dude. I agree. Is there a Mick Parkin or a Herb Dean option? No, there isn't. Fuck you, he's on our side? No, he's on our side. I tell Bilal what's good for him. Let's go. Let's fucking go, Blackface. What are we talking about? Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Black Flame. Pride is a piece of shit. Took me hours. What are you talking... Toad, what is this spaz out that you've had? What is... Chat, what is going on with Toad? Are you glitching, Toad? What is happening? Bilal is ours? No. Bilal knows what's good for him. Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley won a title. No Bilal left behind. Dougie is making an executive decision. Exactly, Bilal. You belong on Team Oliveira. Does Cody Garbrandt count? Yes. Absolutely Cody Garbrandt counts. Fucking oath he does. Cody Garbrandt definitely counts. Chandler is one of the most exciting flops of all time. He is. Very Australian government of you. You know what's best for me. Ah! Fuck you, Bilal. You know my weakness. Comparing me to the Australian government? Fuck you, Bilal. Fine. Go sit on your shit side of the fence. Go sit on the fucking loser's side of the fence, Bilal. Go be a loser. Go nuts. Fine. Go. 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 Run free and be a loser. Fuck you. Ben Askren was a flop. Ultra hype champ from another promotion wins one fight by an iffy stoppage. Wrong end of the highlight. Yeah, this is true. This is true. And we did talk about Ben Askren as well. Yeah, Ben Askren for sure. Dougie loves O'Malley. I don't love O'Malley. I made a video yesterday calling him out. What are you talking about? Would Umar go on there? I know he's very good, but he's kind of bitched by Marab. No, not really. Not yet, but Umar can certainly get onto the list. The Dark Souls boss, I finally beat it. Oh, well done, Toad. Shout out to you for finally beating the Dark Souls boss. Good work, Toad. Dougie loves Patchy Mix. I don't give a fuck about Patchy Mix, actually. We do not mention Kimbo Slice in a negative way. He is a scrapper. True. Bo Nickel got bitched by RDR, then pissing out of a wrestling match by a 50-year-old. Oh my god, true. Bo Nickel is fucking anti-aura. That is so true. Great shout, Shotgun. Truly great shout. Dougie thinks he is the IDF stealing Palestinians. I know what's good for them. Does Greg Hardy count coming from football? Yeah, because I remember he was a real athlete, and real athletes were finally coming over to the UFC. Remember when Cody Garbrandt was the next Conor McGregor? Yep. Colby Covington? Nah. Colby Covington fought for a title and nearly beat Usman in the second fight. Sean robbed someone of a title, got his ass handed to him by the champ 2 times, and just robbed some poor Asian guy of his win. Sean just won that fight against that poor Asian man. Sean beat Aljamain Sterling straight up. And Sean had a close fight in the first fight with Merab. None of that's true, M4 operator. The Black Diamond fighter, flop. Are you an Umar Nurmagomedov fan? I am not. Mickey Gall. True. Phil Hall's had the worst chin of all time. This is true. James, all right, let me get some photos up in here. Let me stop just taking names and let me get some photos up in here. Bo Nickel. Dude, Bo Nickel not wanting to fight a 50-year-old Yoel Romero is such a bitch-made move. That's so fucking creepy. First fight, M4 operator. First fight. Sean had a very competitive fight with Merab in their first fight. Finished him in the second. Ooh, Bo Nickel. You're up there, Bo Nickel. You haven't been cut yet, but you're on the fucking way. I don't think you're ever going to have success in MMA. Ever. Literally ever, Bo Nickel. Never. Cody Garbrandt. Cody Garbrandt was literally going to be the next Conor McGregor. That night that he had against Dominic Cruz. Oh, God, he was going to be the top of the world. And then what? Nothing. What a flop. Paste, I said. Paste Cody Garbrandt's face. Yes. Has Cody Garbrandt been a worse flop than Kaya Sakura? Yes. Than Rebels to Spain? Yes. Than Michael Chandler? This is an interesting conversation here because Michael Chandler keeps giving top tier talent where Cody has success. Like maybe Michael Chandler would have success against bottom tier talent. At least Cody won the title. Yeah, I think it goes like this. Yep, I'm happy with that. Let me read some chats and then I'll jump back in. James Toney was the highest level boxer, well known, tried to move to MMA and got destroyed by Randy Couture before UFC 200 install driver, but I like that. What about Joe Pyfer getting mogged by Hermanson? That was just a bit of a fraud checking. He's back on track now. I like Piotr Jan. So do I, Meat Rocket. Why are we talking about Bum Nickel? Because we're talking about UFC flops, Super Gamer. Phil Halls is now a fitness influencer who hangs out with OnlyFans models. Everyone on loan hangs out with OnlyFans models. It's the only way to get eyes on your screen. I wish I had a ranking. Just keep working at the chat, Mate Rocket, and you'll get there. I drove by Ryan Hall's gym once, and I swear I could hear him scooting across the floor like a dog with an itchy bum. What's that? What is that? That's the sound of Ryan Hall. Merab finished O'Malley, first fight. Black Diamond is S tier flop. Oh my God, Black Diamond was fighting at Hex. I've seen Blood Diamond fight live. What was his name? I've seen him fight live. He's back to the Melbourne regional scene. Yeah. What a flop he was. He's literally back on the Melbourne warehouse scene. Massive flop. You're going up there, Blood Diamond. You're going up there. Massive flop. Yeah, I've seen him fight live. Huh. Bo didn't even have a proper fight. Yoli literally had to wrestle. I know. Bo Nickel not fighting Yoel Romero is actually fucking embarrassing. Embarrassing. Yoel would have broken Bo Nickel. I know. True. If Colby fighting for a title and O'Malley winning a title stops them from being flops, why is Garbrandt a flop after winning the title impressively? It's just the downfall bet expectations that were that high. Yeah, like Sean O'Malley might end up on this list one day, Davidson Figueiredo's fan page. It's just he's one fight removed from his title fight and he ended up winning it. So you know what I mean? Like it's not that high. Or Ortega would be a D tier, yeah. At least Ortega got to the title. How funny is it that Merab never finishes anyone and he finished a revitalized, revamped O'Malley? It's fucking hilarious. I stopped gooning for that fight. At least Cody won a belt. He'll always have that. Michael Chandler is giga washed. He is giga washed, B-tard, true. How are we forgetting Robert Whittaker? Robert Whittaker's not a flop! Kaikara France, Hucker face just to lose every big fight. True. Abukar Nurmagomedov, now there's a flop. What about Tim Sylvia? He might be the best heavyweight in heavyweight history. He might be. Bobby Green's not a flop. Hokit is going to be on this list real. So Hokit is going to win a title. Trust me. James Vick is a flop. Yep. PFL signed me to a contract. I will technically be in the top 15. Yes. PFL have released their own rankings. They don't even have 10 fighters in the fucking rankings. They don't even have 10 fighters at lightweight, but they're going off a ranking system. PFL is a retarded company. Cub Swanson? Cub's not a flop. T-City would beat Moicano at 155. No, he won't. I didn't read the 200 part. That's okay. I don't blame you, mate. What about post-retirement Cejudo? Now, that is a flop. Tony Ferguson? Oh, no. That's true. Tony Ferguson flopped hard. Tony Ferguson. That's true, and I don't like it. That's sad. That makes me sad. That's sadness. Tony had more success and had a bigger flop. Tony was a bigger flop. How does Tony rank in the flops? He got all the way to the undisputed title, to the interim title, and then 8-fight losing streak. That is a fucking plummet. That's a plummeting. God, he plummeted hard. But at least he went on and had success afterwards. These guys didn't even have success afterwards. Tony's here somewhere. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. At all. Oh, would you look at the time? Well, well, well. Would you look at the old time? Would you look at the old clockaroonie? Would you look at that, chat? You know, can't stay here, but you gotta go somewhere else, motherfuckers. You can't. Is there anyone else live right now? Let's go to YouTube and see if anyone else in the UFC community is live right now. UFC live. Let's have a look at live. Is anyone live right now in the UFC community? Unk MMA is live. Who's Unk MMA? Joey is live. How about no? Who's Unk MMA? Is this the guy previously known as Benny? Bunny? Is this the guy previously known as Bunny? Is Unk MMA Bunny? Let's fucking raid Joey. Let's not raid Joey. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, let me read some chats. Where am I up to? Did you ever see the movie Blood Diamond? That fighter brings a disgrace to that movie. I did see Blood Diamond. It was a great movie. Great fucking movie. Shane Young, after the cringy huckery did at the face-off, only to get KO'd and go on a 5-fight losing streak. I need to see that, Super Gamer. Super Shotgun. I need to see highlights of that. The O'Malley guy fought at UFC 264. The guy O'Malley fought at UFC 264. I don't remember his name. Unpopular. No, he was never meant to be anything, that guy. He was always, Chris Moutinho, he was always a punching bag. Unpopular opinion, Whitaker is overrated. Whitaker is not overrated. Stop it. Whitaker is not a flop, exactly. Tony won an interim title, though. How is that a flop? He just got old crazy fast. He did. Are we forgetting Patty? Oh, true, Justin Kennedy. UFC press conferences in 50 minutes. Ray Joey, no. Spam Big Pick Most. That's Bunny MMA. Is Bunny MMA a good bloke? Justin Kennedy or a bad? Whatever, it's up to you guys. I'll leave it up to you guys. If you guys want, Bunny MMA is live. He's got 13 people watching him. It's up to you guys if you want to go watch Bunny MMA. That's him. He's called Unk MMA now. I think I'm literally older than he is. Go say good day from Dougie's Corner if you want. Otherwise, I really appreciate you guys being here so much. You guys are the best live stream community in the world. I appreciate you guys so much. I think we enjoyed this list, right? Right, Super Shotgun, Cameron Simon, DDP's little mate. Yeah, Cameron Simon was a flop. We'll come back to the flop list. I think we'll revisit the flop list. So I'm going to revisit that. Calling Cub Swanson a flop is S tier. Yeah, Cub Swanson's not a flop at all. But I'm out of here, guys. If you want to go, you can go check out Bunny. If not, you know, just do whatever you want. You know, go take a shit, get your phone out, scroll, go on TikTok, do whatever you want. With you know, you guys are adult human beings. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You can do whatever you like. You know, you pay your own bills. You fucking pay them on time, cunts. So don't let anyone tell you shit. But if you want to say good day to Bunny, he's live. If you guys want to continue a live MMA chat. Paige Van Zandt makes nothing flop. If you know what I'm saying. Paige Van Zandt makes it go the opposite of flop, if you know what I mean. Oh, what a whore. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you all so much for joining me. Tomorrow we're going to do a metered stream, which means I go live for an hour and a half, and then I turn on a clock, a meter, and we do 1 minute for $2, or $2 for 1 minute, or whatever it says. I don't remember. And that'll be good. And we'll play Outlast. But I need to go because I've got dinner plans. So I'll see you guys then. See you tomorrow, guys. Appreciate all of you. Best chat in the MMA community. Oh, we liked that Paige Van Zandt dinger, didn't we? Oh, we enjoyed that one. What time? Like 10 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. See you then. Bye, guys. Meet at stream. Well, a man's got to make money somehow, M4 operator. All right? A man's got to make money somehow. If you guys want to check out Unk, go say g'day to Unk. Tell him Dougie's Corner says what up. See you guys. Goodbye. Appreciate all of you. Bye, 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 bye.